Hey friends, Jerry Hardesty here. I certainly hope that the few minutes that you spend with me this afternoon exploring abstracts and learning about quick tips for viewing abstracts, I certainly hope that it's a nice diversion, whether you watch it now live with me or you watch the recording later. I certainly hope it's a nice diversion from what's happening in our nation's capital. At any rate, like I said, it's Jerry Hardesty with Exploring Abstracts. Quick tips. Say that real fast. Quick tips for viewing abstracts. I'm stumped. I'm looking at my script, but I'm stumped, whatever. I know. Let's have a quick review of what I've already presented to you. Tip number one was there are no recognizable images in abstracts, or at least in my type of abstracts, which is abstract expressionism. So do not expect to find an image. Tip number two, question yourself. How does this piece that I'm looking at, how does it make me feel? Well, before I address tip number three, I want to draw your attention to the elements of a painting, whether it's an abstract or a representational piece. As you might imagine, paintings are made up of lines, colors, shapes, textures, and marks, all of which make up the whole composition. So let's move on here to this particular piece. So what captivates you, or what captivates your attention when you look at this piece? Is it one of the elements that I just mentioned? Is it color? The blue lines that are intuitively created all over the painting? Is that the first thing you see, the blue lines, or do you go straight to the color, or do you go to that white spot that's kind of in the middle of the piece? Well, of course, all of these shapes are textures, marks, etc. The elements that I mentioned before are what make it up. How about the title? Now, I didn't tell you the title, but you can read it there at the top. It's All My Favorite Colors. Originally, I titled this, I gave this a different title than All My Favorite Colors. And I lived with it for, I don't know, two or 3 weeks, and never did like the title that I gave it. So I was looking for something different when I heard a song by Eric Burton of the Black Pumas on my car radio. And I said, that's it. All My Favorite Colors, which is what he was singing about. So what captivates you? Again, let's go back to this. What captivates you about this piece? If, in fact, it does captivate you. So look for some subtle marks in the piece. Do you see some subtle marks? Perhaps some brush strokes there on the left, kind of a circle on the lower left, some white marks here and there spaced throughout. The fact that there's more than one layer. There's a little kind of a peach streak on the upper right from the bottom part where it says Exploring Abstracts. So, excuse me, you can see those various things and how the colors blend together and how the colors work together, how they contrast one another, and so forth. So that's what I want you to look at. I want you to look at how it captivates you, how it makes you feel. Would you like to have a painting like this? I'm not saying this particular one, but that would be great. But would you like to have a painting like this in your home? Think about it. Let's look at another painting. This one's called Top Coat, as you can see. Now, this definitely has a lot of nice texture. So look for some prominent subtleties in this particular piece. Subtleties? The subtlety is something that's just, kind of barely there, or that's the way I'm thinking of it. For instance, there's a little white mark above that white space on the right-hand side of the piece, where you can see brushstrokes going through that white. You can see strokes all throughout this painting, and some drips and that kind of thing. The white on the very left, the white streak on the very left-hand side of the piece. So those are all some subtleties that might draw your attention. Then there's a white mark right at the very top rightmost corner of the piece, which may, it's the artist's responsibility to move your attention around the painting so that you pick up on subtleties and you pick up on, oh, this is my favorite part, or I like the texture there. I like that little square pink or a rectangular pink shape on the left-hand side of the painting. Top Coat actually got that title, Top Coat, because it's the top coat of 3 paintings. It's the third coat, I should say, of 3 paintings. I painted on this canvas twice before, 2 paintings, and I found neither one acceptable. I didn't like either one. So I finally painted this one called Top Coat. So take a closer look. Obviously, it's highly textured. So again, what are the subtle things that you see about the piece? How does it make you feel? How does it make you feel? But remember, okay, always go back to tip number 2, where it says, where I told you to question yourself. How does it make you feel? How do you like it? Again, would you like this piece in your home? It would look great over a bed in the bedroom. It would look great over a couch in the living room, or over a table in the dining room, or over a desk. Anyway, you get the right idea. So, anyway, as I add more tips to these videos, I don't plan on doing probably more than 10. So you've got another 6 or 7 to look for. But you cannot dismiss artwork, abstract artwork, as many people think of abstract work as artists just throwing paint at canvases. And certainly that is done to a degree, but that's not the entire thing about abstract work. Abstract is so much more, so much more. It's expressive, and I encourage you to always, like I said before, return to question number 2, question yourself. What does it mean to you? How does it make you feel? So with that, watch for tip number 4, hopefully tomorrow. In the meantime, I hope you have a great day, and this is Jerry Hardesty signing off.